John DP again, another tutorial video on defences. This time we're going to be looking at the trump defence, namely the slip. We've got two varieties of slip. We've got an inward slip and we've got an outward slip. Okay, we're going to move on to the coaching points there, and I'm going to use Steve to demonstrate. I'm going to throw my jab. What Steve's going to do is going to slip to the outside of my body, so he's going away to the outside there. At the end of the punch, notice my left hand, my lead hand should just be going over his shoulder. So we're going to demonstrate that. He's using this rotation movement there to get over there. He goes there to the side. My hand should regard the side of his ear. Jab. Jab. The other side. Notice with this as well, his second defence, his guard is always remaining very tight. Then he's not only using the slip, he's also using the guard. So he's doubled his defence capacity. The main purpose of the slip is to cut the distance between you and your opponent. Okay, one of the most common mistakes when we're using the slip, if I'm using my jab, for example, Steve is going to go back to there, which is kind of another defence. It's called a lay back. Now what he's doing there is not cutting the gap. So if we have the same distance in arm, he wouldn't be able to counter me. We want to ensure when we're slipping, we're getting our ear down the side of the glove there. So he's cutting the distance probably by around 6 inches. So as I jab, if you see his position there, my glove has gone directly past his head. If we come from the other angle so the camera can see a little bit better, as I go in there, he slips. Now if Steve was to counter with that backhand, I'm in trouble. So remember, when we're practicing this, practice it slowly, but we want to get our head down the glove, so we're cutting the gap by around 6 to 8 inches. Okay, so you've completed that, you've just performed the outward slip to the jab. Now what we're going to do, we're going to slip to the inside of the jab. More dangerous move, and I'll discuss why a little bit later on, but we'll perfect the move first, then we'll talk about the coaching points. This time my jab's going to come, rather than Steve going to the right, he's going to slip in to the left. So he's coming to the inside of my body, hence the reason it's called an inward slip, because he's slipping to the inside of my body. There, twist, and he's over. There. Come back down this side. Notice, like always, he's remaining very tight with his guard. If he messes up the slip, he's still got his second form of defence there to catch the counter. There. 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 Okay, practice that, and we're going to move on to the next point on the inward slip. That inward slip, one thing we need to remember why it's quite risky is if you're just slipping without countering at the same time, you're actually slipping on to his backhand. Remember, 9 times out of 10, if I throw a jab, what's going to come next? A cross. And if you slip there, you're slipping right into the line of the punch. So what we do, instead of just slipping and looking, we slip and counter at the same time. We do it nice and slow. As I punch, he slips, and his right hand goes down the middle. Boom. Boom. From the other angle. So he's slipping and countering. Go. 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 Practice that and move on to the final point on the inward slip. One mistake with that inward slip there is because of the body momentum, we've got to drop our lead hand if you look. Steve's going to demonstrate this is going to be wrong. This is one of the most common mistakes. As I jab, his left hand goes down to there. Now for argument's sake, if I was throwing a jab and I was coming in with a body shot or a head up, Steve's in no man's land there, now he's struggling. So when he's slipping over, like we've previously discussed, that left hand is going to stay tight to his chin. So he's going to go there, and he's there, and if I was to throw now, he'd catch, okay? One more time, he's going to slip, and he can catch there, okay? This time what he's going to do, he's going to slip, he's going to throw the right hand at the same time, then he's going to finish with the left hook, and he's going to be nice and tight. So he's adding that second counter now. We're going to do it slow, he stays tight, he throws the left hook. And again, boom, let's come from this angle. You can slip over. Now he could even add on the backhand now with the body momentum. He's going to finish with a free pace counter. Right, left, right. He slips. Boom, boom. Not a bit sharp, Steve. Go. Boom. One more time. Boom. Okay. That concludes our video on outward slipping and inward slipping to the jab. From me to you and from Steve, don't just take part. Take over. Take over.